There's a lot of advice on how to prepare for and go to divorce mediation successfully. But how good is the advice? Let's find out by reading this article about how to prepare for a successful divorce mediation. I didn't write this one. It contains some good advice and it contains some bad advice. I'll explain why more in part 3 of this 5-part series. The bad, quote, choose your mediator carefully, close quote. This is bad advice because rarely do you get to choose your mediator. Choice of mediator is a joint decision you reach with your spouse. As you might have guessed, one way to ensure your choice of preferred mediator is not chosen is to inform your spouse of your choice of preferred mediator. Most spouses will reject your proposed mediator on the basis that you proposed that mediator. Another problem with choosing mediators, some people propose bad mediators and/or mediators that you don't like just to make you suffer. So when the article tells you to select a mediator based upon the best fit of personalities, etc., that's probably never going to happen. It can happen, but it's not likely. It's always hard to get agreement between two warring parties, so it should come as no surprise that if you and your spouse can't agree upon the terms of your divorce without a mediator, why should you and your spouse suddenly develop the ability to cooperate when choosing the mediator itself? Frankly, while there are some elite mediators who seemingly have an almost superhuman ability to get agreements out of almost anyone, I don't know any of these people or who they are, and even if I did, these are the kinds of mediators you likely can't afford and who are booked out so far down the road that you might have to wait months or even years before you can get a spot on his or her schedule. You and your spouse probably don't want to spend months or years in a fruitless search for such a unicorn mediator. The good news is that there are plenty of merely excellent mediators who you can book on just a few days or a few weeks' notice instead. Candidly, there is more value in getting mediation scheduled as soon as possible before the attorney's fees and the sickening worries start to rack up. Odds are that if you find a mediator who is a former judge or a former court commissioner, or an experienced divorce and family law attorney with at least 10 years or 20 years of experience, and who is not so jaded that he or she can still pay attention, that is the kind of mediator who can help you frame the issues properly and can help you understand the stakes and your options realistically, and think creatively to help you and your spouse reach an agreement that is as mutually beneficial as possible, fair, and, though it may not be an agreement you are thrilled with, an agreement you can live with, an agreement that is preferable to spending more time, effort, worry, and money on rolling the dice at trial.